Yours truly, Dr. Tammie Harris, Mindset to Millions. I live to tell the story. And I tell you what, I've been so excited about the month of July. Thank you for joining us. You all have been following us. You all have been listening in. You've been sending messages. You even been making donations, and I ain't even asked for them. So we are so grateful on tonight, Monday night, Mindset to Millions. And boy, am I excited tonight. Let me tell you what, I'm super excited because I have a man of God in the building. Woo! I have my brother, Dr. Prophet Anthony D. Shannon Sr., all the way out of Michigan. And I'm telling you right now, he's gonna light this platform up on tonight. And so before I introduce him again, thank you for joining in. Jump in the chat, ask the man of God questions. We're going to be talking about tonight a mindset to be healthy, wealthy, and to be wise. And he is actually wrapping the month series up, conquering obstacles and winning. Conquering obstacles and winning. And he's going to share some of his own life. Dr. Anthony, the prophet, is in the building. What's up, brother?
What up, what up, what up, what up? That's what we call it out of Detroit. It's called what up, doe. It's the Detroit slang. If you watch BMX, you know what's going on. It's called what up, doe. 313, it's the place to be. It's where God lives, believe that. I'm so happy to be on this platform with you, Dr. Tammie. You know, I call you the real estate mogul. You make everything go down, make it all right. Amen. And God has put his hand right in the smack middle of what you're doing. I got to be around people like you. Iron sharpens iron. It's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a wonderful night. And see, y'all already see what I'm dealing with, right? He comes out the gate, ready, set, go. But I want to tell you a little bit about him. And of course, he can add to it. But, you know, this man of God has big vision and big faith. You know, one of his mottos is to live is to grow. And to grow is to change. And to change is necessary for sustained success. And I'm like, oh my God, that means I can't get stuck in the rut. That means I gotta flow and ebb and I can't stand still as water, because when you do, we know any water that stands still begin to smell. And Prophet Dr. Anthony say that's absolutely right. But he's an award-winning keynote speaker. He's a leadership expert. I mean, he does a lot of stuff, y'all. He's a pastor. He's an author. You know, he's one of the compelling voices as a motivational speaker as well. You know, and he's done a lot of things, leveraging over 25 years of leadership experience in ministry and corporate. Now, I know he don't look a day over, 39, 37, but y'all can do the math, right? But he trains, he leads, he has a champion heart and a mindset to overcome obstacles and to achieve goals. And he's a thought-provoking leader. And I can go on, but I know him. How do I know the prophet? How do I know Dr. Anthony? I know him because we are in mastermind circles together. We are on big stages together. He's a coach just like I'm a coach, and we network very well together. And I call him my Gucci brother from another mother, because we always be showing up at the same meetings with our Gucci on, and we're like taking pictures and cheesing and having a good time. But Dr. Anthony, before we get in, Prophet, with the questions that I have for you, what do you want to share with the people about yourself that maybe I haven't said that you think may be relevant to this platform?
Well, let me start off by just saying my little elevator pitch, and it is this way. I am Dr. Prophet Anthony D. Shannon, a dynamic leader, passionate about transformative leadership and empowering faith, blending it together that you don't have to lose your faith while you're trying to get some money. I call it being saved and paid and taking care of the kingdom all at the same time. And through Leaders Live Generously Academy and Kingdom Prophets USA, I train the next generation of leaders, to lead with vision, integrity, and generosity. My program focuses on developing strategic skills, fostering unity, and nurturing a strong spiritual foundation. Additionally, my active sports faith initiative integrates faith and fitness, promoting holistic well-being. Join me in shaping leaders by joining Leaders Live Generously Academy. And guess what? Let's impact the world and communities with the positivity and results. Peace.
Woo! Man of God, man of God. You know, hey, I should have let you introduce me. I love this. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And you know, I know you're a pastor and you have a ministry, you're married, you have children. Matter of fact, you got some children in our neck of the woods in college and all that good stuff. Are you a grandparent yet?
No, not a grandparent yet, that's for sure.
Okay, okay, very good. Well, I had to check. You know, us
Yes,
grandmamas,
indeed.
we be checking in, seeing as other folks, you know, as blessed as we are. But
That's right.
nevertheless, I want to jump in the chat right quick. I want to welcome people for joining in. Always good to see Renee, always joining in the building, and all of those who are coming on tonight. Thank you so much for joining in on this platform. It is going to be wonderful. It's going to be awesome. So just get ready to hear what the Lord would say. So, Prophet Dr. Anthony, I want to jump in and, you know, initially, I want to talk about your personal journey. I want you to share a bit about your journey around faith, you know, as how it has shaped your mindset to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Now, of course, tonight, you know, in your segment, your focus has been and is around conquering obstacles and winning. But I know you as a winner now, and I've seen you conquer a lot of things, but I know you haven't always been there. Can you start out and share with us a little bit about your personal journey or your personal story?
Yeah, you know, let's just put it this way. One day in September, near the last couple of weeks of September, my mother went into a coma. She was pregnant, but she goes into a coma. My mother is in a coma. They rush her to the hospital, and they cannot bring her to, so they just go ahead and keep her in ICU. A week later, on a Friday night, guess what? She comes out of the coma, and they cut her open to bring out the baby, right? Which was my sister, and my sister was stillborn. So they didn't know that she was pregnant with twins. As they removed my sister out, then a heartbeat started beating, and they couldn't believe it. And they were trying to and when they brought me out, my heart stopped. So I was dead on arrival. So they put whatever they do for babies, they sprayed it. And as soon as they did, my heartbeat came back alive and I was alive. However, they said to my mother that because I was suffocated, kind of, that the oxygen did not get to my brain. So they told my mother that I would probably be retarded, or I would not have any type of decent life, that I would not be able to articulate, enunciate, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, when I didn't speak till I was 2 or 3 years old, they thought, wow, what's wrong with him? But my mother was a praying mother, and she kept saying, you're not going to live like this. You're not going to be that way. There's got to be a way out of this. Well, then we found out later that I had a learning disorder because the oxygen couldn't get in. So I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak well. So I stuttered and I had this speech impediment, and then I had the learning disorder. And so later on, my mother kept praying, and we found this lady named Susan. Susan was a speech pathologist who was recommended to us by Mrs. Horton. Mrs. Horton was this beautiful counselor who everybody loved, everybody wanted to see. She just took a liking to me and said, you know what, we're going to help you because I believe that you can do anything. You're creative. You've got gifting, got a great smile. And I said, really? And she helped us to conquer all of that I'm doing today, because she, through Susan, taught me that no matter what the consequences is no matter what cause you're dealt with, you can still overcome it. So Susan taught me that everyone has the capacity to learn. You just need to know your rate of learning, and that there was 7 different learning styles. And once I found my learning style, I found my rate of learning, then she told me, now you can have the capacity to learn. And I learned. I started learning, started overcoming, and eventually started speaking very clearly and articulating, and then reading. And then now I'm a voracious reader. I probably read 5 to 7 books a month. You understand? And writing and stuff. So that's how I overcame. As I tell people, I was born dead, but I overcame.
Ooh, you came out the gate talking about conquering obstacles and winning, the man of God. I love this. I love this. And for my people who are just joining in, so good to see you all. I want to make sure you know who's in the building. This is the man of God himself, Dr. Prophet Anthony D. Shannon Sr. He's an international keynote speaker, pastor, leadership expert, a success coach, and so many other things. He's a father, he's a husband, he's so many other things. But what I love about him, and Dr. T, I see you in the building. She said, rate of learning. That's good. That's amazing. Renee is in the building, says, yes, yes, good evening, and so good to be here. Dr. Marcia is in the house. What's up,
What
our
up?
mastermind sister? Yes, yes, yes. Lindsay says, Shalom, Prophet Dr. Anthony Shannon. You got your team. You got some folks up in here, man of God. Of course, music. Thank you always for showing up. Says, good evening, good evening, good evening. So people are ready. Melinda's here. She's ready. Say, good evening, Prophet. Folks are ready to hear what the Lord would say. And of course, Dr. Marcia says, your story is amazing. So as we continue on talking about this wonderful story of the man of faith on tonight, who came to summarize and bring together the July series was to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Mindset to millions, how to bring it all together. And we know his goal tonight is to teach us how in the midst of conquering obstacles to continue to win. So we win and win and win no matter what. Man of God, how would you define a healthy mindset in a spiritual context? How would you describe that and define that?
Well, the first of all, in order to have a healthy mindset, you have to have a healthy self-examination. You've got to be able to look at the mirror and like what you see. Many people look in the mirror and really don't like what they see. So they don't really have a healthy self-examination. Oh, I don't like that. I'm too big. Oh, I'm too this. I'm too skinny. I wish I was tall. I wish I didn't have that. Rid of that. First of all, you can't say anything negative about yourself. You first must love yourself. And that begins to develop the healthy mindset. The scriptures bear me out. This is why I love scripture so much, is because it always bears me out for success. That's why I teach success principles. That's why I teach people how to win and overcome, because it says, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper, be in health, even as your soul prosper. Your soul is your mind, your will, your imagination, your intellect. You understand? And once you understand, and your emotion. So all of that is internal. It's not external, it's internal. So you've got to be healthy inside before it starts manifesting on the outside. Many people are sick because this inside they sick. They believe in sick. They talk they sick. Girl, I believe I'm catching a cold. I believe, girl, you're gonna make me sick. What that? You just thought that, and now you create that. Once you can eliminate that, then you now can begin to manifest your health. Now you got good health. Now you can get your wealth. Even Steve Jobs said that he would give all of his money up if he could have found a cure. If he could have been healthy, he would have gave all the money up, because what good is having all the money if you can't enjoy it? So you want to have the healthy mindset so that you can get the wealth mindset and enjoy it. So when you got healthy, wealthy, and wisdom, that means you got a sound mind. You don't want to be a Howard Hughes who got so much money, flying planes, and then you got issues. People can't touch nothing. You know what I mean? You got to cover everything up. And because your mind is gone, you're seeing stuff, you're hallucinating. That's not good. People put you in a mental institution, even though you got millions. No. You want to have a solid mind. You want to use wisdom, not emotional, not drama. You want to use your intellect, but that can only come when you have a healthy mindset of who you are and whose you are, and you're very clear on what you're trying to accomplish.
Wow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you went so deep because you talked about how we see ourselves. And it's not even so much in how people see us, but what do we first think about ourselves? And even before the show, we was talking about the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe. And we know he built some massive mind shift, mindset, vision. People without a vision pair. I mean, he showed us how to do that. And even tonight, I know he was one of your mentors. As I'm hearing you speak, prophet, because you're a prophet as well, as I'm hearing you speak, I want to go a little bit deeper around the whole faith talk as it relates to mindset to millions, to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. How can faith help individuals build mental resilience when they're facing challenges? Because, you know, Dr. Mercia's on the line. We say it all the time, life be life and stuff be happening. Things don't stop. But how can faith help individuals build mental resilience in the face of challenges?
Well, you know, everyone has a story. Everybody's got a story. And if you talk to everybody, everybody's got a soap as well. You understand? And if you had time, you probably wouldn't get nothing done because everybody got to tell you a soap and everybody's got a story. The key is in your story of whatever the consequence, whatever the crisis, you know, was and that you went through, that you made a decision that you were going to not stop. I tell people, don't stop living. Most people, my mother, she passed away. Mine passed away. My father passed away. My stepfather passed away. My great aunt passed away. You understand? My great uncle. I got a lot of people that passed away. And they always said to me, just keep living. Keep doing what you did. So I said to them, I'm going to keep living so that I can make sure your legacy and your impartation does not go to waste. And so what people have to understand is once they make that decision, we can hear stories like Oprah Winfrey, what she had to go through. What about J.K. Rowling's early life struggles, you know, her mother's death, living on welfare and battling depression. But out of it, she writes Harry Potter. Come on, somebody. What about the movie Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, in his deepest, darkest hour of depression in a one-bedroom up on the top in New York. He's walking, has no money in his pocket, and he goes to see the battle with Muhammad Ali, and he gets coming out of there a story that, hey, if I write this movie on Rocky and make him on a comeback, people would love it. But he didn't know. And the next day, he was offered $300,000. He said, wait a minute, if I'm offered $300,000, I must have something. And so he went and pitched it. And of course, Rocky is history, it's classic. That's the mindset you got to have no matter what you go through and no matter what you got to come out of. Here's the key word. I went through it. I didn't stay in it. I didn't get buried over it. I went through it.
Wow. Wow. So your faith got to keep compelling you to keep moving, to keep going forward regardless. And, you know, I want to add this thing too. And I say this often, you know, mindset to millions, I live to tell the story. If we live through it, then faith can take us back to what we, you know, like glimpse back, look back, what we already came through. And if we got through that, we're going to get through this. So we just got to keep moving forward. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Listen, I don't know if I get too deep, but let me just say this.
Go on, man. You at home. You on my platform.
All right. Well, there's a word in the Hebrew, right? It says faith. Faith just simply means pistis in the Greek. Pistis simply means belief, right? A strong belief. So you got to have a strong belief in something. I don't care what it is. You got to have a belief in it, whether it's I want to be a multimillionaire. That's my belief. Let me tell you the story about this guy named Monty. Monty grew up poor. His father worked on farms. So he had to go from week to week to different farms. They really didn't have a place to stay, but because he had to make money. So Monty literally was being raised on the back of the truck, didn't have a home. So one day a lady said, I want to teach all of the poor kids so they can learn how to read, they can learn how to write. And so Monty, he's going to school while his father's working at the farm. And so one day the teacher says, hey, all of you, I want you to do me a favor. I said, what's that? I said, I want you to dream of your future. I want you to use your faith and tell me about your future. So Monty said he thought about it. And so he said, all right, I got it. I want to be rich. I want to have millions. I want to have my own farm, but I don't just want to have horses. I want thoroughbred horses. I want horses that's going to go to the Kentucky Derby and win. And he turns the paper in. The teacher writes on it, F, come see me. He's puzzled. He goes to see her. She says, Monty, it is my job as the teacher to teach you and to help you read and overcome, but it is also my job to help you not be disappointed. You're poor. Your family's poor. Your dad's never had anything. How are you think you're going to have millions and own a farm? You need to go back and take this paper, redo it in reality. Don't come here with that. So he goes, takes the paper to his father. He says, Dad, guess what? I got an F on my dream the teacher told me to do. What should I do? The father said, Monty, I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you this. Whatever decision you make, Monty, it's going to affect your entire life. So you make the decision. Let me know what you decide. So he goes back to the teacher. He says, teacher, you can have your F, but I'm going to keep my dream. And later, Monty and his faith got the farm, got the horses. Horses went on into the Kentucky Derby, not one time, not two times, but 5 times. And he became a multi-million. That's the kind of faith that you need when people tell you no. I tell people when I was in sales, I used to tell people this, count the no's and the yeses will follow. But you got to have enough faith to endure the no.
Yay, man. That story right there. I tell you what, and I'm thinking about as you're speaking, I'm thinking about how we have some people have an abundance mindset and then other people have a scarcity mindset. So you're the prophet, and we know that in this economy, in the different landscapes that we're in, financially, the housing market and things of that nature, how can one shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, particularly if they're using their faith? Because I know you're teaching this all the time. You got, I think, the School of Prophecy coming up. Tell us, how can one shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset?
Well, first of all, let me tell another story. Can I tell another story?
Yes,
and then
sir.
I'm gonna hit this, okay? When I was in industry, that means I worked for corporate. I worked for corporate and I did sales and I taught trainers. I raised up managers. I became the VP, then the president and then I became the district of everything. And I was training people. And I remember though, when I was in sales, they put me in this area right here in Detroit called Dearborn. Now, if you know anything about Dearborn, it's where all the Muslims work and all of them live. Matter of fact, they created their own community. Uncle moved in, they all moved together, then they bought a house, and then somebody else bought a house. Now they own the whole community, right? And so they put me in that area, but nobody was successful in that area. So they put me in the area, and my boss said, well, you're going to have to take this because don't nobody else want it, but you're going to have these others. But just know, no one's been successful. You're probably not going to be successful either. So I scratched my head like, man, this is terrible. And one day, I'll never forget, I'm riding and I was about to go on to Dearborn, but the thought said, no, don't go on there. You know that people have not been successful. I heard another thought say, but you ain't never asked me. I said, who talking? Said, God. I said, okay, God, help me be successful. Just like that. Help me be successful. He said, all right, go into the area, Go in there and talk to a guy named Abraham. Abraham was a CPA. I had a list of CPAs to talk to. So I go in there to talk to Abraham. Hey, Abraham, how you doing? My name is Anthony Shannon. Man, I'm new here. I've got to take over this area, but nobody's been successful in this area. I said, I just need a shot, man. I just need one shot. I'm asking you, would you help me? He said, what do you have to offer? Oh, okay. So I start pitching my stuff and I share it with him. He said, well, I tell you what, if you do good by me, I'll help you. I said, all right. I said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to you free for 30 days. If you don't like what I did in 30 days, me and you ain't never got to talk. He said, bet. 30 days went by. He loved it. He told me to come in, have a seat. I sat down and he said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your business card, go get it converted into Arabic, all Arabic.
Oh.
The backside, it'll be English. I want you to present your card in Arabic. All right. He said, and on the back of it, when it says English, make sure you put referred by Abraham. I'm going to send you to my cousin, my uncle first. Just them two. I need you to do that. All right. Once you do that, they're going to buy into it because they're going to love the fact that it says Arabic. All right. I'm going to teach you a few words. Makaba, makalatifet. I'm going to teach you those things. All right. Just to get you in the door. And I did that. I got Abraham, got his cousin, got his uncle, and the rest is history. I went to 5 President's Clubs through Dearborn because somebody said what couldn't be done, but I told them I'm going to make sure it get done.
Woo, come on now. So you made a decision to shift the paradigm of what had already taken place based on what was put in your ear. You heard something else, which the prophet is saying he heard God, and then you decided to run with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I read about Disney. Walt Disney had a very innovative mindset and a creative mindset. He would pull his team together and he would say, hey guys, look at this animation. What do y'all think about that? And they would say, oh, that's great. Oh, we should do that. He said, throw that away. We're not going to do it. They said, what? That was great. Now y'all all said you could do it. Okay, I don't want to do that. So he would put up stuff and they would go, oh, no one's ever done that. I don't know if anybody's going to accept that. How is animation going to play with symphony? Nobody's going to do it. He said, that's what we're going to do. That's what made Disney Disney. He always went beyond what everybody said they could do, and he started doing stuff what they couldn't do. I take that mindset into industry and I brought it into the ministry. That's why I do things that is out of the box. I do things that is unorthodox, and regular church pastors don't do what I do, and they think something wrong with them. But I'm very creative. I'm very innovative. That's why we affect people.
I love this. And it's somebody out there. I know it's some people who are listening in. They may even be in the chat or not. And they want to get out of the box. They want to change their mindset from scarcity to abundance. But they're afraid. They're afraid of what people think. They're afraid of what people are going to say. They're afraid that they're going to be judged. Talk to us, man of God. How do you move beyond the people when you are walking in a healthy, wealthy mindset? How do you get over the chatter?
Well, here's number one. I talked about it earlier. You got to decide if you have a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Now, hear this clearly. A fixed mindset is a lazy mindset. A lazy mindset is a fixed mindset. And a fixed and lazy mindset only wants what's comfortable, only want what's easy, and only looking for a way out. So what happens is it causes rejection, and rejection is nothing. Rejection is nothing but you rejecting yourself. You've already decided you can't do it, can't handle it. Oh, it's all right. Just give me the little house on the prairie. I'll be okay. But then when you see your girlfriend in a mansion, you upset. Well, they better than me. No, you rejected yourself because you just didn't want the more responsibility. That's all it is. So you've got to believe that you can do it. You are able to do it. And number 3, you deserve to do it. And that means you have to change your belief system. Your belief system has to move from limiting mindset to a growth mindset that says, I can get that. I can have that. Let me share this. Before I started wearing Gucci and Fendi and all of that, guess what? I used to go get my clothes made. I get my clothes tailor-made, have a clothes line that we create, we make up. And so when I started getting my clothes made, we used to go to this place called the Shirt Box. All the preachers went there, but the shirts was like $150. The ties was $200, right? The suits was like $700 to $1,000. And then a guy said to me, I can make that for you. You can make it for me. He said, how much that shirt cost you? I said, about $185. So I can make that shirt for you, buddy. I'll make it fit you. You tell me how you want it. I start getting shirts made for $100. Right. Custom shirts with my name on it, signaturized, ties made up for me. I said, oh, this is even beautiful. So I'm going to wear Shannon too. Come on, somebody. Then I said, I like Rouge. I like the name when they say Rouge. You're Rouge. I said, I'm a Rouge. Because I like the way they do it. All right, I'm Rouge. And I'm going to be like Rouge. Amen. So I studied their fabrics. I studied their stuff. And guess what? We start producing it. When I started producing it, I said, wait a minute. This is the same level in pricing as Gucci, as Fendi, as Louis. Okay. So we flew out to Orlando, Florida. We go out to Orlando, Florida. The place out there, they have luxury, high-end, outlet. I couldn't believe it. So we walked in there. Stuff is already about 50% off.
Right.
I couldn't believe it. Gucci sweatshirt, normally $1,500. They got it on sale, 50% off. I said, wow. But here's the amazing thing. That day, they had 70% off on all items.
What?
I couldn't believe it.
You didn't call me.
Saw that, well, look, when I saw it, I said to my wife, I said, look, here's people thinking they can't afford this. But these prices is right there where Neiman Marcus is. These prices is right where people buying, where they normally buy normal stuff. So they just got to change their mindset and start thinking instead of being fixed. I can't, I won't. Listen, you got to open that bad boy up to growth, because once you put it in the atmosphere, it begins to change the stratosphere and draw it to you. And next thing you know, I'm in Orlando. Come on now. Buying all kind of Gucci stuff. Amen, amen, amen. And did not pay retail prices. Okay. You got to have a belief.
I love
you gotta
it.
have a belief.
Yes.
And you must change your belief. Everybody don't have to stay in the dollar store. Even if you start at the dollar store, don't stay at the dollar store. Move beyond the dollar store. All right, you go eat McDonald's, but don't stay at McDonald's. Matter of fact, the prices now for McDonald's, you can go to Ruth Chris and get a good lunch, amen, for the same price and eat good, eat healthy. It's a different, just a slight change in the adjustment of the mindset. Let me tell you how just small of adjustments you got to make, Dr. Tammie. I was training my kids. I said, listen, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. My son said, I don't get that, Dad. Listen, we make it on time to school all the time. I said, because we early. I said, we're about maybe 4 minutes early. I said, but notice what happens. We run into all the traffic, right? I said, and you get there, but you're running. As soon as you get in the room, the bell rings. I said, well, let me prove it to you. I said, I want y'all to be down. We're going to get to school 10 minutes early. That's it. I just want y'all to go 10 minutes. They said, all right, Dad. So we go 10 minutes early, right? When we pull up, no cars, just a few, maybe about 4 or 5. It's still dark, right? 10 minutes later, everybody trying to run in there made everybody late. They were about to run over children and everything. And when they came out, they said, Dad, that's amazing. Just 10. I said, that ain't even a lot of turn. That ain't even a lot of tweaking. That's 10 minutes, bro. I said 10 minutes will make you the head and not the tail with a slight change of belief. And that's the mindset you got to have when it comes to making millions. When it comes to making not only millions, you can transfer those into billions, because today millionaires, the next billionaire. Believe that.
I love this. I love this. I love this. And sir, as you were talking, Eric Thomas came to mind. He says, I will, I can, I must, but it has to be a foundational belief. I'm thinking about the different books that we're reading to keep us leveled up, to keep us in a atmosphere where we have faith regardless to what we see, where we don't let fear overtake us. What are you reading? What's been in your eyes in the recent weeks or months that you're reading?
Well, right now I'm studying on the cult marketing, right? I'm studying cult marketing. What's cult marketing? Apple. Apple has their product. Well, Apple has created cult marketing. That means that everybody who gets onto Apple, they love Apple. They start bragging about Apple. Matter of fact, they defend Apple. They will defend Apple against Android. No, I ain't dealing with it. And they're not even the owner of Apple. That's Apple creating cult marketing. That's Apple said, listen, we want to create a product that keep people to us, keep people loyal to us. But here's the good part. Keep them coming back. Because if we can keep them coming back, as soon as we put a product out, they're going to drop that and run and go get the other product. That's money, 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 money. You understand? So, and here's what I tell people. If you don't read, you can't lead. One idea from one book will change everything in you or your business. Just one idea. And you got to be able to look for the idea. Did you not know that Ford Motor Company, when they were looking for the assembly line, he looked and was reading a book about a farmer who was bringing in bushels of hay. And he said it was so massive, he didn't know how he would do it. And he got an idea. He brought all of his boys and lined them up. And they lined up about 200 men. And they took the hay, passed it down. Ford got the idea of the assembly line and said, that's how I'm going to create my cars, and started the assembly line. And guess what? Made automobiles affordable just from one thought. Come on, somebody. If you read, you can lead, because all you need is one thought that will transfigure you to the new level. And that's called faith. That's called growth mindset. That's called I'm not going to be stuck. And you got to believe in yourself. But here's the deal. You got to have a good attitude toward whatever it is you're going to overcome. Because success, there's no straight line to success. I know what I'm talking about. You think A straight down to F? No, it ain't going to happen. You're going to have zigzag. You're going to have curves, and you're going to have to deal with the curves, because if you can deal with the curves, guess what? It's going to all draw to you. I tell people, make the commitment up front, and you'll be surprised what you accomplish. Because when you make the commitment, then you will not settle for anything less than the best. That's the commitment you got to make up front. You got to make that decision. I'm going to make it no matter what. I don't care what nobody says. Do you know I did that in track? I was in Eastern Kentucky University when they told me I had to make the team, right? I had already knew I made the varsity team in high school. So they said, can you outrun Latham? I couldn't outrun him. I tried. Can you outrun James? I tried to outrun James. I couldn't. They said, well, you can't be on the varsity. I said, wait a minute. What is it that you need that you don't have? Since I can't beat these guys. He said, pole vaulting. Okay, I said, well, give me the book. He gave me the book, and I practiced every day. He said, all right, you got 2 weeks to learn this. In 2 weeks, we all going to gather around and see what you could do. Coach Tellus, he's 95 years old. I take him out every year because of what he did in my life and how he impacted my life. Still alive, straight up. So I learned pole vaulting, and I never pole vaulted in my life, but I pole vaulted over 6 feet, 6'5". He said, oh, you making the team. I made all city, all state. The next year, I was on the 4x1, 4x2, and I ran the 400 meters. All because I had a commitment up front. I was making that varsity team, Doc. I didn't know how I was going to make it, but I wasn't quitting because I decided I was going to make the team. And I made the team in varsity when I was just a freshman. Come on, somebody.
And you got out of the box. But you got out of the
box.
box. You were willing to have, a plenteous mindset. What can I do? What do you need? What's missing? Versus scarcity. Oh, well, I can't beat them. I guess I'll pull back. But tonight, for those who are joining in, I want to say to you, thank you for joining us. Mega Source Entertainment. We are honored to have you here tonight with the Dr. Prophet Anthony D. Shannon Sr. We are talking about conquering obstacles and winning, how to have a healthy and a wealthy and a wise mindset. So we're going to keep this show going. We're going to keep it rolling. Thank you. I see Lady CK is in the building. Yes, Renee Marie says one God idea. Thank you. Shakina Gribbs, she's in the building. Yes, if you can read, you can lead. The people are listening. I see Dr. Tony out of Greensboro. If you don't read, you cannot lead. Okay, she turned that thing around. It's in the book. She said, hallelujah. That's good. So many people. Kayla, thank you for joining us on tonight, talking about growth mindset, adjust your mindset, Melinda says. So people are listening. They're in. But I got a couple more questions. I know time is going by fast, but you're answering a lot of the things that I knew I wanted you to bring out. But let me ask you this. You talked a little bit about attitude. One of the things I say often, I say, somebody somewhere wish they had your life. Are we going to see the glass half full, or are we going to see it half empty? And yes, a lot has happened. You shared your story at the start. I got a story. If you give anybody the mic, they got a story. But what are we going to do with our story? Somebody somewhere wish they had your life, Dr. Prophet, man of God. Question for you. And this is heavy. So I want you to think about this, because people are listening and they want to know, what does this mean for them? As you are triumphing, as you are making your millions, as you are moving and shaking and leading people in your ministry, I want you to think a little bit about your community. I want you to think a little bit about the people that are watching you. I want you to think about the naysayers, the people that are even saying, it don't take all that. Why you got to wear Gucci? Why you got to have your clothing line? All these people that are around you. When you think of wisdom, how important would you say gaining wisdom to impact your community, to impact legacy, to impact those who are going to come after you? How important would you say wisdom is?
Oh, wow. Well, wisdom is recognizing your difference. That's what wisdom is. Wisdom is recognizing your difference and then knowing how to apply your difference in a pragmatic way. Most people chase money thinking money is the answer, but money only brings them to materialism. Materialism does not fulfill you. You can talk to anybody who's rich. You can read all the autobiographies. Once they've accomplished everything they could accomplish, bought everything they wanted to buy, even stuff they didn't want to buy, then they thought, wow, what else? What's going on? Because wisdom gives me the ability to know difference, recognize difference. Wisdom gives me the ability to outsmart even the intellect, because wisdom is greater than intellect. Wisdom is greater than gold. You understand? Listen, in a blind community, a one-eyed man is king. Come on, somebody. He can tell him where to go. He got the wisdom of sight. And when you have wisdom, you can not only acquire the wealth, you can acquire things, but you can acquire greater resources, because wisdom is the key, and wisdom will keep you out of trouble. Wisdom will keep you from going that night then you should have not went. Matter of fact, my wife has a friend, or what did have a friend. She was in our wedding. They were friends for a long time. Her sister says to her, I don't want you to go tonight. said, why? I sense it. I feel it. I just sense you don't need to go. Girl, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going anyway. She said, listen, I'm telling you, I feel something wise. Be wise, she said. Girl, I'm going anyway. She leaves and goes out that night. And she never returned because somebody shot up the van and killed them. That's what wisdom will do for you. Wisdom will help you not buy land just because you got money. I'll give you an example. Land that this man was about bidding on it with another man, right? He's a preacher man. He was believing for the land. The other man, he said, no, this is my land. He had more money, but God tells him, don't buy that land. He said, don't buy it. He said, why? He said, just don't buy the land. So he says, he pulls out. So when he pulls out, the man says, yeah, because you didn't have enough money. I was going to outbid you anyway. He said, whatever. So he buys the land. He pays double for the land and finds out after he does the research on the land, he can't even build on the land. The land is not equipped for building. So the vision he had, he's out of $4 million. And a man with wisdom, he just said, thank you for wisdom. That's how important wisdom is.
Wow. You know, that's my favorite word on tonight because you're dropping so many nuggets. And, you know, in order to get wisdom, we got to ask God for wisdom. We got to be willing to hear, you know, Dr. Anthony, prophet, man of God. One of the things I'm saying in this season, even if it's good, if it's not God, if it's not that thing that I'm sensing in my spirit, in my knower, as my grandmama used to say, I don't want it. And wisdom will lead and guide us in all truth if we would just listen. So in thinking about listening and thinking about wisdom, I know we only have 15 more minutes and I got other questions that just are coming to me because look, let me go to the chat. I know people are getting so much out of this and I don't want to miss anybody tonight. But Elder Shakina Gribbs says that's good prophet. Wisdom is being different. Lindsay says recognizing I am different. Wow. Good stuff. So many people are jumping in and chiming in. Maggie, always good to see Maggie, says setbacks are only something that prepares us for abundance. Like always, God, rejection is for my protection, but we don't give up. We try a different way to succeed at our dreams. It's all possible with our faith forefront. Now, I want to tell my audience something tonight, something I know about this man of faith. Anytime I've been in his presence, you're going to feel some fire. You're going to feel some energy. You're going to know that God is somewhere around and we're going to have a good time too. You know, we be on the stages and we're dancing and we're just having an awesome time. But he's a man of God. He's a prophet of God. If you have any questions that you got for him, put them in the chat. If you're just listening in and you haven't join the chat, put them in the chat, text me so I can present the questions to him. Dr. Anthony, let's talk a little bit. This is my groove right here. And I know this is something that you always do. I believe to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, you must be able to celebrate others. You must be able to celebrate your own self, celebrate your success, and celebrate the success of others. I've heard you every time I see you, you be like, what's up, my millionaire friend? What's up, the real estate mogul girl? You coming in hot. I mean, you're always pushing, promoting, encouraging how important it is to celebrate others as well as yourself.
Well, you know, Dr. Tammie, Zig Ziglar said, when you help others get what they want, then you'll get what you want. See, the key is, and Dale Carnegie said it best, how do you win and influence friends? You must be concerned about them, and it must be genuine. So you've got to find something that you like about the person so that you can genuinely connect to the person. If there's nothing, and you won't connect with them. In order to have friends, you must first show yourself to be friendly. Even the scriptures bear us out. If there's any great among you, let them serve. Let them be the person to help. Let them be the person to recognize the greatness that's in you. Then you also will begin to recognize the greatness in that person, because honor begets honor, just like money begets money. If you plant seed and you want apples, then plant the apple seed. You'll get apples. You want oranges? Plant oranges. You'll get oranges. If you want evil, plant evil. That's what's coming back. I don't want evil in my life. I don't have time. I don't have time for hell. So I just always focus on heaven. I focus on the good. I focus on the positivity. And I focus on what is about this person that you brought them into my world or my life. Lord, that's what I'm going to focus on. And that's what I capitulate on. And that's what God blesses. That then helps you to stay in a ever winding, increasing, healthy mindset. Because where there's clean, pure, guess what? Bacteria cannot dwell. So I don't want no drama. I don't want no, what the song say? I don't want no scrubs. Come on now. I'm only attracting the good. I'm only attracting the positive. I'm only attracting those that can hang with that vibration. Because when that happens, synergistic takes place. And when you got synergy, you have elevation takes place just like that. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. It just simply means that I have a balance between physical, financial, and intellectual aspects of life. There's people with money, but they don't read. There's people that know how to help, but guess what? They don't have no money and they don't serve. You understand? If you can put all three of these components together, you are not only going to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, but you're going to be blessed in every area of your life. There will be nothing in your life, not your children's life. That's why my children's blessed. Come on, my businesses are blessed. My church blessed. Leaders are blessed. People that I go contact with all over. I can bring a list of people. Tell the testimony about me. They ain't gonna lie. They gonna tell the truth because I'm authentic. I'm only being who I am all the time. I ain't gotta put no. Well, let me put my hair. No, this is my hair down. This who I am. 24/7, positively walking into heaven, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Millions, billions to trillions. Believe that.
Yes, I believe that. The thing I love about you, Prophet Anthony, is, we got those kindred spirits. So people can easily call us extra. They can easily say, oh my God, you doing too much. And even as we cheer others on and we're just pumping up the crowd. But I believe this. I believe if you are a person of faith. I believe if you believe in God, who is doing the magnificent, who created everything, and the earth is his and the fullness thereof, we ought to be extra. We ought to be coming in with some energy and some synergy and some hope and some encouragement for people, because that is how we celebrate others. And in turn, as we're celebrating others, we're going to automatically be celebrated. And so as we're about to wrap up, I want to spend the next few minutes talking about what advice, and before we finish up, I want you to tell the people what you got going on, and I want you to tell the people how to get in contact with you. But in thinking about continuous growth, what advice, sir, would you give individuals who want to maintain a mindset of growth and improvement throughout their lives? Like, how do you keep going when you've gotten there? I've seen you reach milestone and another milestone and a milestone. How do you have continuous growth? Now you're getting ready to pull out a new program. You're presenting another opportunity. Talk to the people about how to have continuous growth.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to, first of all, as we talk all the things today, but the one thing you've got to do is practice self-awareness. You've got to practice self-awareness. Now, you heard Dr. Tammie say, people think we extra, or people think, wow, they just do so much or so such a much. Well, let me explain to you what envy is. Envy means I hurt at your success. So because I hurt at your success.
Can you say that again? Can you please say that again?
Envy means I hurt at your success. Oh, they just too much. No, you can be this too. See, that's the key. When you hear someone tell you, you can do it too. See, if I overcame a speech impediment, I overcame being dead on arrival. If I overcame them telling my mother he's retarded, can't articulate, can't enunciate, have a learning disorder, and can conquer it, and then move beyond, even when teachers said he ain't gonna never graduate, but I did. Then I showed him I graduated from high school, graduated from college, got a master's degree. Hello, somebody. Got a doctor's degree. Hello, somebody. Then you can tell somebody it can be done. So you've got to have self-awareness. Number two, you got to surround yourself with positivity. Trust me. People get on me all the time. Preachers all the time. Well, you a prosperity preacher. You this preacher. Brother, call me whatever you want to call me. What you want me to preach? Poverty? They already know that. You want me to tell them take a vow of poverty? You ain't need to take no vow of poverty. A brother know he broke if he broke. Brother know he ain't got no credit, he ain't got nothing. I ain't got to preach that to him. I'm trying to show him how he can own a home. I'm trying to show him how he can overcome with favor. What is favor? Favor is where God raises up somebody somewhere to use their gifts, talent, abilities, resources, influence, power, just to help you. That's right. He walks past everybody and help you. I've been getting it done for years. It's called favor. And you need favor before you need money. Many of you let money stop you. I done bought cars and houses and places without money, just on favor. Glory to God. That's what you need if you're going to overcome. And the third thing, in order to keep moving forward, you have to have goals. You've got to shoot for goals. Yes. What are you looking for? Right? You got to have them dream boards. And once you accomplish them, create another one. Amen. And then guess what? You got a platter. You got a plate. Don't ever say, my plate's full. I can't take no more. Get a platter. Okay. Take that plate, dump it on a platter. Now it's bigger. You can hold more. Too much is given, much is required. You want 2 houses? You got two electric bills, 2 heating bills, 2 cut grass bills. You want 4 houses? That's 4. Just believe that. So too much is given, much is required. Make sure you know that's what you want, because whatever you want is coming. But when it comes, most people don't calculate the maintenance. You can get $1 million house. I remember we bought a house for $699,000 in Northville. The house appraised for $1.5 million. Bought the house, and right after I bought it, water just went and messed up the house. Had to remodel the house. Had to take care of the house, fix it up, beautify it. Are you listening to me? And what I found out was the maintenance on the house. That's the outside of the house. The maintenance of the upkeep was in the 50,000. You understand? Most people, I'm gonna get that $1 million. Okay, do you know about the maintenance?
Come
on.
You
know how much it's gonna cost you for the light bill in the wintertime? You gotta count the cost. All of that you need to know. And then the last thing you have to develop is resilience. You're going to go through ups and downs. You're going to have some crisis. Listen, life be happening. Life be lifing. Math don't be mathing, but you're going to have to overcome and not let it affect your attitude to quit, to cave in, or to go back. Keep the commitment you made with yourself and accomplish it. And once you do that, set another goal and another goal, and you keep setting them. And guess what? You'll always be going for something else.
Y'all can't tell me tonight the man of God, the prophet, the doctor is coming in these streets hot with an anointing that truly, truly destroy the yokes. Sir, we need to know, what do you have going on? How can the people reach you? We're at the last 3 minutes of the show, but I know people want to get in contact with you. Talk to us a little bit.
You know, there's different ways people can contact us. Matter of fact, they can contact us on the website. We got several websites, but we can go to, first of all, Anthony D Shannon Consulting Group.com. They can contact us there. They can contact us they can text to give, right? 524 and put in WWA. All right. Send that. The link will come back. And all they got to do is open the link, fill the information out, and they can contact us there. Then, if they want to be connected to the ministry in any way, get prayer, get a prophetic word, they can go to the victorychurchint.org. All right. And that's what we do. We train leaders. We always are training leaders, and not only for business as a coach, but we also train leaders in the prophetic. And we have the school of the prophet. We don't call prophets. Prophets have to be called by God, but we train them. After you feel you got a calling, you need training, you need to be enhance your skills. That's what we come to do. If whether you dreams, interpret dreams, sing, we teach you how to do all of that so you can work within a church or work in your ministry and do it right without sensationalism, but authenticated by God. So we have that coming up, as well as this is AI season, and we are training in AI. Just graduated out of Texas University in AI. So we've had the first master class of AI. We got the second one coming up as well in AI, mastering AI, artificial intelligence, why you need to be on the know, in the know, and how to do it. Amen. And that's what we've been doing, teaching people how to do that. Because if you're not on at the table ordering from the menu, then you're on the menu, getting ready to be eaten. I want you to be at the table ordering from the menu.
Wow. I tell you what, tonight has been phenomenal, and my audience know every Monday night we have an opportunity to come and bring people from across the country, even as far as Africa, to talk about what's happening and the impact that you can make with Mindset to Millions. And tonight, I've been honored to share on my platform Dr. Prophet Anthony D. Shannon Sr., who actually is making some big moves in the world. And he talked a little bit how to get in contact with him. Sir, share that website one more time.
Yes, indeed. It's AnthonyDShannonConsultingGroup.com, which is, basically ADSCG1.com, right? Or if you can see the QR code here, you can scan that. It'll take you right to the website. We also have Leaders Live Generously Academy.com. You can go there. That's where our academy is, where we do the one-on-one coaching and coaching people. And then, of course, the Victory Church, INT.org. Or you can text the 54244. That's WWA to 54244. And then the link will come. And guess what? That's ways you can contact us. But let me say this to you, Dr. Tammie, from a prophetic perspective, that I hear the word of the Lord saying that he sees the desires of your heart and the journey that you've walked, and you've been steadfast on it. But in this season, he is going to open up new doors of opportunity and give you favor like you've never had before. He said, expect a breakthrough in areas where you have sown in tears. You're about to reap in joy. The Lord said he is releasing a new spirit of wisdom, downloads of revelation for business. And he's going to show you how to get it and show you where the hidden money is, where the decision makers is. And he's guiding you in decisions and bringing clarity to anything that's been cloudy. So he said, do not fear in this season, for I am with you. I am going to turn things around. He said, so lean to me. I'm aligning you with divine connections and resources that will propel you into the next 5 years of your destiny. He said, trust my timing and know that I'm orchestrating everything for your good, because I know you will bring good to me and you will bring glory to me. And the glory of the Lord is upon you. And I have called you to be a beacon of light, beacon of hope, and a beacon of encouragement. So embrace this season of growth, transformation, because the end will bring you big, big dividends. And that's the word of the Lord unto you, Dr. Tammie. Hope you receive that and hope you can identify with that.
Man of God, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I received that word confirmation to my soul. You are indeed the prophet, and I'm so honored to have had you on the show tonight. And thank you, Lindsay, for putting information on how to get in contact with the man of God. And that prophecy he just gave me, God uses him mightily to share with others. And so there's even a link where you can get into the masterclass. Lindsay put it in there. You can reach out to him, to the prophet, to hear what God is saying in this new next now season for you, just as he gave to me. And I didn't plan for it, but I sure thank God for it. Amen. Thank you so much, man of faith. To my audience, I know we went over a little bit on tonight. Thank you for your commitment to hang in there with us. Thank you that you keep coming back. Tammie Harris, Mindset to Millions, TammieHarrisCoaching.com. We're here to serve and to assist and to call you to your new next now. Thank you so much. Make it a great night and God bless. Bye now.